Now, we are fucked.
What is going on, guys? I wanted to bring this video for you guys today, just talking about the Camaro, and so far how the Camaro has been treating me. I've had the car now for 4 months, and I want to let you guys know exactly how's life been with driving a Camaro. So now a lot of people, wow, look at those birds. Sheesh. Seriously? 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 Oh God. Okay. Alright, so now a lot of people Seriously? Now, a lot of people ask, does a Camaro make a good daily driver? I'm going to say yes and no. This is my 2012 Camaro RS. Now, for me, does this car make a good daily driver? I will say yes. So far, it has been a good daily driver. And I'm going to explain to you why. If you checked out my 5 things I hate about the Camaro video, you would know that one of the things that I really didn't like was the actual trunk itself. One of the things that is a major drawback about this car is the trunk, but that's to be expected. You know, you are getting into what you're getting into, so if you're going to buy this type of car, you have to know that comes along with it. The front seats are actually pretty roomy. Anyone in the back, unless they're really small kids or they don't mind being in cramped places, it really wouldn't make that great of a daily driver if you have to carry a lot of people on a consistent basis. But if you have to carry people around once in a while, you can make it work. And as far as the comfort, this is the 1LT, just the normal, just the base stereo system. I would say this has been a drawback for me of coming back from my other car. Had a much nicer head unit, much nicer touchscreen, everything like that. But I mean, this does come along with it. But heck, if you're looking at a Camaro, you're probably looking at the 2LT or the SS or something like that. You're looking at a higher trim level. This just goes along with my trim level that I have, but I just wanted to mention that you might want to get the higher trim level just because of this does get a little bit old school after a while. Another major thing that you're going to have to take into consideration is that this car is a rear-wheel drive car. So if you live anywhere with this ice, snow, anything like that, driving this vehicle during the winter months may not be the best idea. Some people do. You put on snow tires, it makes a world of a difference. Some people don't. Some people put their cars up. Just so you know, if you do live somewhere where you have normal winter months, you know, you're gonna have to take that into consideration. One of the other things I will say that I have been noticing so far after driving this car is that people tend to want to drive fast around you. Now, I've noticed this when you're on a motorcycle as well. People next to you, they want to speed up and just try to drive fast. Even if you're not driving fast, even if you're just driving normally, people tend to just want to drive fast around you. Now, I don't know if it's because people are intimidated, which I'm not really sure why you would be, of a V6 Camaro or anything like that, but I will say that's definitely something that I've noticed. Another thing that I wanted to mention is when you're inside the vehicle, like I said before in my 5 things I hate about the Camaro, it is kind of difficult to see. The car has such a sloping effect that this pillar right here causes a huge blind spot for you. Now, over time you do get used to it, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but at first that is hard to really get used to, especially because these mirrors are really small. So that takes a while just to get used to that feeling that you have when you're inside the actual car. Some people say it feels claustrophobic, but I actually like the feeling that you have when you're inside the vehicle. So that's something that you want to take into consideration. One more point I wanted to mention, driving this car as a manual. Honestly, I would say that this has been my first manual, and it's been a blast learning on. The clutch itself is forgiving. It's not too heavy. It feels right. The shifter itself feels great, just going through the gears. So I mean, for myself, it feels really smooth. Granted, this is my only car I've been driving as a daily driver that's been a manual, so I don't have much to go off of. But for myself, learning to drive a manual within this car, I would say this car, it's done great. So I'm no complaints with that. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching this video. If you like this video, give me a like. Check out some of the other videos that I've done. I've done a lot of videos on this Camaro. I plan on doing a whole bunch more videos on this Camaro. So check out my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya. The back seats are really, really small, and this bird is just screaming his heart out up there. This bird is still screaming. Oh my goodness.